Hey guys, and welcome back. This is your host, Betty. And today, I don't know. I was thinking about how funny it is last episode where I said that somebody said all I do is rambling, and then I just heard ramble. Oh my god. I'm sorry. But sometimes it just happens, it's just, there's so many things going on in your life, and you don't know left from right. Like, this week has been crazy, and it's only Tuesday. Come on, like, this is a long week already. Who feels that? Hands up. Yes, I know, it's horrible. Like, I've been having a lot of issues with friends are having issues, and then I personally was having some issues, a lot of anxiety, and like in my family. There's so many things going on. Sometimes I feel like we just ramble because we're trying to like put together all the pieces, and our brain is like all scattered everywhere. So yes, this week, what happened? So I don't even remember honestly what happened from last Tuesday to today. It was a hard week. I have no idea, honestly. I know I had brunch with one of my friends, Brianna. Whoop whoop. So yeah, it was fun. We had some girl time because we needed it. I don't have a lot of friends here in the town where I live. I mean, I know people that I went to college with, and but everybody has their own lives. They have kids, but then my kids are older, or I don't know, they don't have kids and they're doing their own thing. So it's so hard to make friends, like have and keep friends, because it's like you have to have somebody that's really committed to you and somebody you're committed to. Because yes, you could say, I have this friend that I like to have go, and have drinks with them. But then they don't understand when you cannot go and have drinks because you have kids, because you have responsibilities. Or, there's other people that, they have babies, and you've been there, I've been there, and you understand clearly that it's not that easy to just like, hey, let me just leave this kid with someone that I know, and let's go. Because it was so hard for me, honestly. Like, when my daughter was a baby, I never had anyone near. Like, I didn't have my mom, sisters, cousins, anyone. So when I had something that I needed to do for work, one of my cousins would come over to my house and stay the weekend or something like that, or having to go with me, or somebody would have to go with me, where I would have to take my daughter, because I couldn't just leave her. Because the only option was leaving her in Mexico. And, that's the whole thing. Like, I would have to drive there and then drive back and then go where I have to go. And it's just like sometimes it's not worth it. Like, it depends on, what you're doing, like where you're going. But sometimes it's just like, there's so much juggling around. Like, it's not even worth it. And I don't leave my daughter with just anyone. And, I mean, especially because I don't have family around. Like, I literally don't have any family around. Like, I have, maybe, like, other people that are considered family. But I don't have anybody on my side. Like, I could say, that's my mom. She's always going to be there to help me. And I can always, just go there if I need to, like, just have a day off or a night off or whatever, a second or anything. So, for now, my only thing is when my daughter goes to daycare and when she goes to school. And that's it. After that, I'm done. I have to go back and be whoever I'm supposed to. Which is mom. All the time. And, oh my god. Yeah, I feel like I gotta catch my breath here. So I don't know. It's just hard to keep friendships like that. Because it's just like, we have so many things to do. And then we have jobs and we have things. And so my friend Brianna, she works. She was off whatever day. I don't know what day it was. I don't even know what day that was anymore. I think it was Thursday maybe. I don't know. We went to have brunch. We had girls talk. We talk about how men suck. Because, oh God, they do. And no offense to the men out there. I don't think all men suck. But most men suck. And even when they don't suck, sometimes they suck a little bit. It's just, they sometimes lack some common sense. And it's just like, there's things you're like, this person, like, hey, they bring me flowers. They can tell that I'm sad. They can tell that I'm happy. They know how to comfort me. And that is amazing. If you have one of those, like, kudos for you. Keep them. There's some fights that are worth fighting. But then there's some other people that just want to fight with you. They just want to, like, prove that you're wrong. And just, I don't know. It's like they just like conflict. And they just like to fight about everything. It's like, why? Especially for somebody like me that has a lot of anxiety. And the person is so hard. Like, why are you so complicated? But there's also that side where I am very complicated. Like, sometimes with women, we don't know what we're feeling. We don't know what we are supposed to, want and need and all that stuff. Sometimes we do. We're like, yes, I know what I want. I know what I need. This and that. And then sometimes we just, like, flap on the couch and we just don't even know anything. We just lay there like we're a bag of potatoes without moving. And just, like, we don't know what's happening. We don't know what we want. And I think, that's just for everyone. That's just in general. Like, men get that, women get that, but we all express it in different ways. Like, men probably, they're like, oh, I want to go to the gym, or, I want to, like, have a beer or whatever. Sometimes for women it's different, at least me. Like, sometimes I can release by, I don't know, doing the dishes. I hate doing dishes. Everybody hates doing dishes, right? So sometimes I just start cleaning. And it's like, I gotta burn that energy, that upset, that whatever is upsetting me, whatever. But there's some other times where it just paralyzes me. And I just, like, I can't move. And I just lay there. And I cannot think. I could literally be looking at my phone, but not do anything. I'm just, like, scrolling or clicking things. Like, I know there's sometimes I do need to be on my phone because I have a lot of things to do. Like, hey, I gotta order this in this store. I gotta do this for the house. I gotta do this, and everything is, like, on the phone. I gotta pay these bills. I don't know, so many things, and I forget. I'm like, okay, what was I supposed to do? And then I forget what I was doing, and then I just start scrolling through Instagram or whatever, Facebook, and then I'm like, okay, well, it's been a while and I'm not moving. I do this thing where sometimes I sit on the floor, I just sit on the floor to find a comfortable spot, and then I'm just on my phone, and I literally will not move from that same position in like an hour. And then when I finally, I have to get up or something, my legs are numb, or I'm just like, I'm hurting because people are not supposed to be in weird random positions for that long. And I just sat there and I didn't move, like, at all. Like, my brain was like, you have to move, you have things to do. And my body was like, it just couldn't. So, oh my God. See how I go here and there? It's just, yeah, you're going to hear a lot of sighs in this one. I'm just trying to, like, catch my breath. And like I said, last week, so we had brunch, we had girls talk, and then we came over to my house. We were having some drinks here. We were listening to Taylor Swift, because we're Swifties, of course. And, we were just having girl talk. Like, it was just good. And then, she got to leave, and I had to get back with the kids and whatnot. So, oh my God, how many times? This should be a drinking game for sure. How many times can I sigh in this episode? My goodness. There he goes. Literally, I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just like I'm literally trying to catch my breath. I just came back from getting groceries, and, I was like just thinking, and I gotta do this before I forget. And I really want to be very good about, delivering this weekly thing, because if you are somebody that's following me and you literally, every week you're like waiting for this, like, I want to deliver to you and be like, hey, this is this week. How about that? It's like friends that live far away. I have a friend in Florida right now, and she's like, when are you going to put the next one? Well, that was at the beginning, and I was like, I don't know. So I guess some people do like to listen to what I have to say, especially I think when I ramble and I have just say things And sometimes I feel like there's things that I say that people are not that interested in, but it's all part of the journey, all part of this, my personal journal, my unwritten book. You gotta have all the pieces and everything. If you know me, like, my best friend, Sarah, her husband, Jerry, shout out, he listens to my podcast, and she knows me better than anyone else in the world. Like, she and I, like, we could just sit on the couch literally for hours and not say anything. And that for us was like bonding. We're just like that kind of people. And then she just had a baby not too long ago, I told you guys. So right now it's probably really hard for her. Like, I get it. I don't even remember. I kind of like blocked those times from when my daughter was baby, but especially because when she was 2 weeks old, she was already going to daycare. I was going to school. I had a job. I had to do so many things. It's like I've never stopped. And it's been 10 years and I still haven't been able to catch my breath. So, oh my God, I don't want her to be 10. She's going to be a teen. So she's going to be a teenager. And that just scares me. But I'm not going to go there right now. We're talking about friends. So, some friends are having issues. And then my family, I wanted to mention this because on Monday, I think, I don't know what day, Sunday maybe? I don't know. I was having a lot of anxiety. I literally felt like my body was so anxious, like it was filled with anxiety, and I didn't know what to do. So, I just had to take one of my anxiety pills and lay down for a little bit. But, I had to spend time with the kids, and it's just hard. It's like I couldn't really, like, release, but also, like, I didn't know why I was so anxious. I thought I knew. Maybe I felt like I have this sixth sense that I hate and I love. Like, I know things, like, I can feel things. It's like I felt like somebody was, like, lying to me or hiding something from me somehow. And I'm like, I really, really hope that I'm wrong, because this is just hard. And then yesterday, my sister told me that my other sister, we haven't talked to her in, like, probably maybe 3 weeks. So we don't know anything about her. Like, literally nothing. Not a hello, not like I'm alive, nothing. Literally nothing. Just radio silent. I've called her. My grandma's called her and her boyfriend, and supposedly my cousin's call. And I texted her. I sent her a WhatsApp. I sent her a regular message. And, I'm asking about her daughter, because she also had a daughter. And I'm like, okay, well, she's not answering, but at least she gets the messages, but she doesn't read them. So I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? So there was a whole issue with, she was owing some money to my grandma. And then I guess she was embarrassed because she didn't have the money. And I'm like, well, even if that's the thing, like, you don't do that. You just don't, like, shut everybody in your family down and not talk to anyone. You could just talk to whatever and say, hey, just don't say anything. And I guess she was. So me and my sister, we started getting worried, and my mom, like, what if she was taken? What if the husband did something, or the boyfriend did something to her? What if, they did something to the baby, because they haven't even registered the baby. In Mexico, it's so different, because you don't register the babies right at the hospital. Like, you have to go and do your own thing. And so this poor baby hasn't even been registered. And I was just freaking out, and I think this is where my anxiety was coming from. I kind of like had that feeling that something was going on. And then it got worse, because then I thought, like, oh my God, if this is what was giving me anxiety and it's my sixth sense, then something bad must be going on. Like, I just started going places and, like, thinking that, oh my God, I hope my sister didn't get kidnapped. Lots of things. And I told my sister said that she went to look for her at her house, and her house looked empty, like it was abandoned. Like, I was like, what is going on? Like, she's not at the house. And then they asked the neighbors. The neighbors said that they haven't seen them in a while. And also, they thought my sister was her boyfriend's daughter. Like, this dude, because he's old. I think he's older than me. And I'm not even sure. But my sister, she is, younger than me by like 10 years. So this dude that's older than me, people thought that this girl was his daughter. I'm like, so he has a daughter and a granddaughter? Like, no, baby is actually his daughter. And I was like, what? Like, this is insane. Like, how can people not know? Like, I don't know. Obviously, not everybody knows everything, right? One time I opened the door and people asked me if my mom was home. Yes, some lady asked me, is your mom home? And I'm like, no, she's not. I'm like, what? Like, how young do I look? I mean, good, but not good. Because also, how old does she think I was to call my mom? Like, not even 18. That was like 2 years ago. So I guess it's good, right? Good to keep yourself young, but also like, going back to the story. So I was starting to get really worried, and I guess I told my sister, you should post it in this group in Mexico that is just girls, and everybody posts something if they need to know something or find something, whatever. I'm like, you just post it in there, and somebody either saw her or my sister's just gonna be so embarrassed that we posted it in there, and she's gonna like say something. So that, plus she was talking to my cousins. My sister, not the one that we haven't talked to, my other sister, she was talking to my cousins, asking them, if they had talked to her, and they said no, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, okay, well, we're gonna talk to the police and take the police over there. In Mexico, it's different. It's not like here, like where, 24 hours, 48 hours, you don't hear from anyone and you call the police. No. Because sometimes they don't even pay attention. So, it's been this long. The thing is, she's done this before, like where she stopped talking to everyone, but she was talking to my cousins. So this time, supposedly, she was not talking to my cousins, right? That's what they said. And I was like, okay, well, this is weird. She's not talking to anyone. So my sister told my cousins, I think we're going to go take the police there. So they start doing some research or whatever, an investigation. And that's when my cousin said, oh, guess what? She just answered me. She said she's fine. She's just embarrassed because she didn't have the money that she owed my grandma. And she just like, I guess there's some stuff going on in her house that they had to like rebuild something or something, whatever. So she's staying at her boyfriend's grandma's house. And I'm like, okay, but why didn't she say anything? Like, my mom is worried. Like, we have PTSD about people just disappearing in our lives. Like, we truly do. And I can imagine how my mom felt. If I was feeling like that, I can only imagine how my mom felt. If that was my daughter, I'd be like, oh my God. Like, I was trying to like be positive, but also like going to the worst, and it's just like not fun. And I'm like, okay, if they were talking to her, why didn't they tell us? Like, hey, yes, we're talking to her. Just, she just doesn't want to talk, or she just whatever. Like, okay, but like answer your mom, answer someone, let somebody know that you're okay. I mean, yes, she told the cousins, but then everybody else, her siblings, her mom, her grandma, everyone else is thinking that she's gone or something. That is just, so you can, from this story, you can tell like, it was just a hell. It was just a ride. It was just a hell of a ride, honestly. It was just too much. And that was just giving me anxiety, but after my sister said that, I was like, I don't know. Either that message looked kind of fishy. I'm like, either the boyfriend sent it and, something, but hopefully not. Or, they knew, but because we said we were going to post it here and we're going to talk to the police and all this, and they came forward. Like, they came clean, and I'm like, well, either or, it's not good. Like, come on. So, people, communicate with your families. Let them know you're okay. Let them know you're alive. I don't talk to my mom all the time, but I do talk to my sister. Like, I let them know that I'm okay, that I'm alive. I post something. I do something. I literally just give smoke signals so they know that I'm still alive, even when I cannot communicate with them. So, always be in touch with your families. Never let them think that you've been kidnapped, that you've been taken, that you just had a baby and now you don't know where the baby is. Oh my God, this was so stressful. But, hopefully the rest of the week is going to get better. And I hope you guys enjoyed my story, honestly. Hopefully everything won't work out, and maybe we'll have better stories next week. I mean, I think you guys probably like this kind of stories better because it's just, you know, like my life is a telenovela and just so much drama going on. Things that you would be like, no, that doesn't happen. But yes, it does. So, I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, follow, subscribe, keep in touch. I love you. Mwah. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.